awe-inspiring action, death-defying stunts, exotic locations, nefarious villains, and ancient artifacts. These are the reasons why our nation has become obsessed with the bombastic film serial, The Adventures of Mitch McCracken. Week by week, filmgoers, such as yourselves, flock to the local movie theater to enjoy each exciting new installment. But I need not tell you all that, because you all are huge fans of The Adventures of Mitch McCracken. Yeah. Well, there's perhaps one thing that you did not know. The Adventures of Mitch McCracken aren't simply films that are cooked up by Hollywood. They are based on true events. Yes. Now you all know of Nick Finch, Mitch McCracken's loyal companion who accompanies him on every adventure. Well, I am the real Nick Finch. And I've accompanied Mitch on many adventures over the years. Now, throughout this decade of the 1930s, Hollywood has put our quests on the silver screen. But due to limited budgets, rudimentary effects, and puritanical sensibilities, they have failed to capture them in their true glory. Well, let's see. For example, in Mitch McCracken and the Ruby Staff, when Mitch enters the Chamber of Terror, he faces a room full of cobras. Well, that's what happens in the film, at least. But in real life, he faced a gang of much more terrifying creatures. Who out there can guess what those creatures were?
Pigeons.
I heard something up here. What was that?
She said pigeons.
Pigeons! Yes, that is correct. Pigeons are a far more fierce creature than cobras, especially because we had just gone through eating an entire loaf of bread. We were coated in breadcrumbs. For some reason, the movie apparently wasn't as compelling with pigeons, so they nixed that part. Let's see another example. In Mitch McCracken in the Sapphire Compass, in order to cross the treacherous tundra, Mitch and I had to brave a fierce hailstorm. In the movie, at least. In real life, we had to face a far more treacherous obstacle. Can you guess what it was?
A breakup.
It was a breakup. Yeah. Mitch, on the precipice of that tundra, he got a telegram from his beloved, breaking him up. I mean, what a terrible thing to cross a tundra with a mopey sad sack complaining. Tawny never did the dishes, and... Well, the studios didn't like that. They opted for the hailstorm. Finally, in Mitch McCracken and the Emerald Crown, the villainous LaRue perished when he fell from the horrendous cliffs. Can you guess what much more horrendous fate LaRue faced?
An audit.
Audit. I don't know if any of you have ever been through a 24-hour audit. But LaRue's odd financial situation, where he had so many nameless henchmen working for him for so little pay. Yes, he dropped dead on the spot 17 hours in. And so you see, the films don't hold a torch to the true events. And that's why I, Nick Finch, have gathered you all here today to regale you with the 100% true tales of the adventures of Mitch McCracken. Now, there's so many quests to talk about, and so little time. Perhaps I could use the help from a junior adventurer out there in the audience. Would one brave soul volunteer to come down here on the stage and help me decide? Oh, I see some movement over here. Would you like to come join? good.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, would you like to come join me? All right, junior adventurer, what is your name?
Courtney.
It sounded like you were about to say something else. All right. Yes, well, Courtney, I recognize you from the Adventurers newsletter. Courtney, are you ready to help me decide on the quest we are going to hear about tonight?
Very much so, yes.
Please stand right here. Bring out the artifacts. My favorite adventure. Thank you very much. Let's give a big round of applause. Now you've all no doubt seen the film based on this adventure. And that film starts at the tail end of our previous adventure before we go after the tablet. Now in that film, we were in a forest. But in real life, we were in a far more unique location. Can you guess what that was?
A strip club.
I'm sorry, I heard something in the back row.
The DMV.
Yes! Across from a strip club. Mitch and I certainly had not just come out of 10 minutes prior. There was a Department of Motor Vehicles. There was many people in line. Yes, even in that time. So few cars on the road, and yet so many people in line, and one worker, a lone worker, stamping things. But secretly, in the back, getting our registration himself, was none other than Mitch McCracken!
A406.
I'm gonna go on my break, buddy.
All right.
Mitch, I can't believe that worked. You really thought you were an employee here.
That's right. That's right. I am a master of disguise, Nick. Now, Nick, I'm pretty sure that the amulet is going to be hidden here somewhere.
Yes, I do think so, old chum. Now, do you have that map in your bag?
Of course I do. The map, Chicago's very own DMV. See, there it is. One room.
Mitch, I was looking at the riddle on the bottom of the map, and it seems like you might have to go through driving school.
No. Anything but driving.
Mitch, I know they revoked your license after you crashed into countless different melon carts in that chase.
I didn't know those kinds of chases counted against my tally. I thought those were freebies.
Mitch, you have to do this, and you have to promise me you're not going to crash into a single cart.
Well, I'm afraid I can't promise that. But I can give it a try.
All right, well, outside there should be the driving instructor. Come right in the back.
You're standing on the wrong side.
Right. I know that. I've driven before, you see.
It isn't customary to have a friend.
Sorry, I'll leave. There's a nice establishment across the street. From there. So good luck, pal.
So this is the old Model T, huh?
Yes, it's been saved in mothballs. I only bring it out on special occasions.
Well, I appreciate that. Say, you've worked for the Department of Motor Vehicles for quite a while, have you not?
12 years.
12 years. So you must be aware of its dark secrets.
Oh, yes, I'm quite aware of its dark secrets. Oh, yes, I'm aware.
Okay, thank you. Well,
That's odd.
what's that?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure, but it looks like we're being followed by that car behind us.
Not only were they being followed, but there just so happened to be what at the time was a collection of vendors. Vendors selling one particular thing because it was a special holiday. Now in the film, of course it was melon vendors, but in real life, it wasn't so on the nose. Can you guess what kind of vendors they were?
Cannabis. Rubber chicken.
Yes, they were cannabis vendors. Out in the streets with their carts.
I'm getting a little nervous. Why don't you turn right? We'll go through the cannabis district.
Oh no! Carts! My nemesis!
Whoever that is behind you is catching up to
Roll
us.
it down, dude!
You want some?
Whoa, this is my territory.
No, you were here last week.
Careful! Nick, are you still in the trunk?
Yes, pal, I am.
That's even more irregular.
It's all right, it's all right. Thank you.
I'll distract them. Hey, let's see.
It's my block.
See, I haven't sped up at all. 35 miles an hour.
Yeah, but it looks like the driver in that vehicle who's chasing us has some sort of a weapon! You'll never get away! What is happening? And now! No! I'm shot!
Don't worry. This is very normal, all right?
Watch out for the little child pot bender!
Nick, I think that's Cocoon's men. I'll jump down the window! Idiot! Get on You'll never make it out alive! Okay,
And you
hold on!
forgot to indicate!
No! Ready, hold on tight! Still 35 miles an hour.
Oh my god! They're still chasing us! On foot this time!
Oh no!
You won't get away that easily, Mitch McCracken!
We're going into a school zone! I have to go down to 15 miles an hour!
I'm still shot.
No children! With carts!
Oh my god, we're going to die!
Mitch McCracken will not die today! All right, he had to ditch the car into that cliff there! Poor child! Up the hill! We'll be safe here!
I only get paid $2.25 an hour!
So, did he pass?
Hell yeah. You know what that means? I will have access to the dark room of the DMV, the singular room that is not the main room.
And so we went there, to the dark room that was not the main room.
Nick, can you believe it? This is our last hurrah.
Yeah, I can't believe it, Mitch.
It's been 10 years. Hey, look at you. You found it. That was climactic.
Sorry, I kind of want to interrupt what you were saying because I didn't really want to hear it.
Come on, Nick. We discussed this, right? This is it. We're gonna go.
But I don't want this to be your last hurrah. I want more hurrahs.
Nick, I'm getting old. Look at me. I can barely jump out of moving cars. They're going 15 miles an hour anymore. And, well, I just feel like I've squeezed every drop of juice out of this fruit that we call adventure.
Mitch, don't say that. There's so much more juice inside of your fruit.
Nick, it only looks like it. But hey, it doesn't have to be a sad moment, does it? Look in here. It's a dark dungeon inside of the DMV with ancient script on the wall. And
I know what you're saying, pal. It's better than the front room.
yes, but also that we don't have to be sad about this. It's a brand new chapter of our lives, right? We're going to go back into town and finally settle down, relax, enjoy a beer or two.
Well, that is true. And so, with his last hurrah, Mitch retired to doing what he always wanted to do when he retired from adventuring. Now, in the films, that was living in a remote cabin, whittling things and having an eye patch for some inexplicable reason. But in real life, he had a very different pursuit post-adventuring. Can you guess what that was?
Pole dancing.
Fly fishing.
I heard something right here.
Pole dancing.
Well, across from the DMV, we find Mitch McCracken in his newest pursuit.
And welcome to stage 6, the adventurer of all adventurers, the thunder fist, the clapping cheeks. It's Mitch McCracken!
I gave him his driving test.
Thank you. Pay myself. Nick, you in the back room, dear? Are you in the green room, Nick?
Yeah, Mitch. I was just out there chatting with the other performers.
Well, another successful night of undressing in front of strangers.
I loved it.
Thank you.
See you later, Mitch.
See you later, Letitia.
Hi, the show's over, pal.
Got no more clothes on.
I can see that. But, I would like to. I didn't come to watch the show. I came to speak with Mitch McCracken. I heard that he was dancing here, and I had to.
You're speaking to him.
Yes.
You have me at a disadvantage.
Well, speak up. The music in here is loud.
Mr. McCracken, I have searched far and wide to find you. All right?
You have?
Yes, I've heard your story. It has made it all the way down to South America.
Oh, well, I did dance in front of the Queen.
That's right.
Is that what you're talking about, or?
No, something else.
What?
Listen, have you heard of the disappearing island of La Paca?
Yes, of course I've heard of the disappearing island of La Paca. This is random. What?
You see, you've heard of the totem that is on the island.
Oh, I see where this is going. No.
You have to listen to me, okay? My family, all right? They have been dying one by one. My aunts, my tias, one by one they have been dying.
Not your tears.
Yes, my tias. And I hate to tell you this, but I don't just love them because of their cooking.
If you'll excuse me.
You have to listen to me.
This is more important than your pants! Look, I don't know what your name is. I don't know how you found me, but I have retired. I no longer go on adventures. Isn't that right, Nick?
My tias were members of a sacred order, okay?
We all have tias. All right? They were protectors.
Protectors of a man. You follow me? I'm out to a disappearing island. Do I have to repeat myself?
You're saying that there's proof of the totem's actual physical location?
I'm saying you are looking at it.
Whoa, Mitch, how are you?
Nick, it's a map! Look, it's... Wait, right there, Jake.
There's a mountain. There's another mountain.
Don't touch it! Don't touch it!
Sorry. I know, it's on the wall.
Look, that is a map of South America. Argentina.
Okay, I'll show you again.
Look at it. Right there. South America. North America, South America.
You want to see the Andes dance? I can take
No, listen, there's no time. You say that this map leads us to where the totem is. This is not just a myth. It's real. No, I couldn't possibly go.
Listen. This is the important part, okay? My tias, they have died, right? The passport to the cave, it has been stolen, all right? I do not know.
Do you know who it was?
I do not know, but I came to find you because I believe I am in danger. I believe it.
Whatever your name was. No. Wait. Grab a sketch pad. Go. Here. All right. What happened to him? He's foaming out of the mouth.
It's poison, Mitch.
Well, Nick, don't you understand, though? The totem is real. And you know what that means? If the totem's real, the tablet must be real. We have to go find it.
What happened to you saying that it was your last hurrah? Also, clean up group. We got another dead one. If you could take him out back.
You got a little excited, I guess. Nick, come.
I hate the foamy ones.
There's a map.
I hate the heavy foamy.
There is a map. All right? This is further than we ever got to finding that tablet.
Mitch, if you go after this thing, you're not going to want to stop, pal.
I know that.
So you're going to have to decide. Are you retired? Or are you Mitch McCracken?
The dancing life has been everything to me for the last couple of years. It's my pants. Well, it is difficult to turn my back on it, but perhaps I do have what it takes. Perhaps I'm not too old to go out and be Mitch McCracken one more time. Will you join me?
You know it. And so, you were off.
Cristobal?
Bernardo, I believe he is gone.
What?
Bernardo, I believe he is gone. I can feel it in my bones.
Oh, I know how you loved him, but he cared about all his dying tias.
Oh, Tios more. Our Tios are all gone. I know. I taught him so well to love, to honor.
We must learn to go on without him. He had a burning passion in his heart, and he followed his dream. He cared about the people in this village, and we should be proud of him for that.
I am trying to be as strong as you, but you are so much stronger and you have taught him so well.
I forgot to mention this one detail, but his dead body was laying right there behind them on display the entire time.
I feel like we should have put him on that flat piece of furniture.
I think this pays respect to the whole village to see what has happened to him. I think it is a better display of his honor, his dignity, and his respect. And I appreciate that the foam is still coming out of his mouth. His deals would appreciate that.
And his arm is still spasmodically jerking. At least I don't have to carry him anymore.
Oh, my Bernardo.
Wait a minute. Look. The map on his chest. Right here at the top of the mountain. It looks as if somebody made a paper rubbing.
I see that. It's rubbing right in here as well.
Do you know what that means?
Cristobal, someone knows our secret.
He must have found Mitch McCracken. Only Mitch McCracken would be wise enough to make a paper rubbing.
It is his signature move.
That means Mitch McCracken is on our side. He will go and find the totem. The totem will lead him to the tablet.
Our Bernardo has not died in vain.
No.
Tuck his tongue back in.
And so, Mitch was on the quest, but first he had to find that code word to get to the disappearing island. And to find that code word, you could only go to one person, a very seedy person, a person by the name of, let's see, in the film it was Jacques, but in real life it was not Jacques. It was another name. Can you guess?
Beyonce.
What was that, Courtney?
Is it Beyonce?
That is correct. You went to see the very seedy Beyonce. Well, if it isn't the child of destiny himself.
Hey, young.
Sorry we're late, boss. We're practicing our moves.
Get over here, single ladies.
Hey, boss. Sorry, these two gentlemen, they want to speak to you. I let them in if that's okay with you.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's just fine, Kelly.
Can you, did I do good?
Run along now. Guard the door.
I haven't seen you for many years, beyond to say.
Word was you were out of the game.
Well, I'm back in the game. And I'm here for a reason. And I hope that we can set aside our differences. This is about the tablet of stop.
The tablet of a stop, you say?
That's right.
He says. He said again.
That's correct. It was thought to be lost, but it is now found.
It's now found.
Black is hot. Was found again.
Easy, girls.
And you are the only person that is able to decipher tattoo maps that have been rubbed onto another piece of paper with charcoal.
This is well known.
Listen, I want you to know it was not my idea for our group to break up. We were the best dance group in Chicago. And well, it just wasn't meant to be. My life, I belong out there. In the mountains, the jungles, the forests. Not in a ballroom with you. I hope you understand.
Very well. I can help you, but it won't be cheap. If you like it, you're gonna have to put a ring on it.
You want the ring of Camus?
That's right.
Wait a second. Mitch, we spent so long getting the Ring of Camus. You can't just give it up like this.
Listen to me, Nick. There are certain things in life that are worth more than a ring. All right? A tablet, for example. A tablet that has been lost for thousands of years. This ring is like out of a gumball machine compared to that. You could have just grabbed it.
Now, away with the flare and that beauty.
Now, Beyonce, according to a man who had the rubbing of this on his chest, there's a code word that's missing that we need to decipher.
Let me come over there and take a look at it. You sure you want to find the tablet? It's pretty dangerous, Mitch.
Well, of course it's dangerous.
You know what the legends say.
Yes, but why don't you repeat it?
That the tablet contains a mystical incantation that when spoken has the power to cause any volcano on Earth to erupt at your will.
That's right. And it must be taken from hands that shouldn't have it. There's a saying for that, I forget it. From the
I don't follow.
non-humans.
No. Yes, there it is. Off the coast of Argentina. You must head to these coordinates here. You must, at sundown, face the coastline. You must do the ancient choreography and speak aloud this code word. Solange.
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 And so, we said so long. We went on.
Before you go, Mitch, you should know you're not the first person that's come to me asking for the password.
What do you mean?
How do you think I got this ring?
You already had a ring on it? Why don't you spill the beans, Beyonce?
Dr. Infuego came to see me.
Dr. what?
Infuego.
Dr. Infuego?
A week ago, and she's already got a head start.
Why did you give her that information? You know what she's capable of.
Hey. I'm out of the game now ever since you dumped me from your crew. I just work for the highest bidder.
I thought I knew you, Beyonce.
And I thought I knew you, Mitch McCracken. You were so single-minded in your pursuit of ancient artifacts. Never would have taken you as a quitter to go wear a G-string for the screaming crowds.
It's a banana hammock. And there is nothing wrong with the profession of entertainment.
Woo-hoo! Let's go, girls.
Solange, we said. And so, we were off to South America, which is south of North America. Now, in the film, we took an airplane to get there. But in real life, we had to procure a different form of transportation to get there.
Llamas.
Jet ski.
Let's see, I heard llamas. All right, yes, that is very correct. We were aboard our llamas, high in the mountains. There was greenery about. A soft rain was trickling over us. We rode side by side on the mud. our guide held the llama, feeding it beside us.
Of course I have to walk. Nick, I have to be honest about something.
What's that, Mitch?
You know, back there when I couldn't get on the back of the llama?
Yeah, you slipped in the mud 3 times, and I looked away to save you the embarrassment.
Nick, that wasn't the first time that happened. I think I'm getting old.
Don't say that, Mitch.
It's really hitting me, Nick.
Oh, that reminds me. It's time to take your pills.
Yes, of course. Nick, I don't know if I can finish this mission. I already feel like it's my bedtime and it's only 7 p.m.
Well, Mitch, we're in a new time zone, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, you know what? You need some vigor in your life, okay? Hey, would you happen to know of maybe any way to get some pep in his step?
The llama?
No, like pal Mitch over here.
Just like this.
Oh!
Bye!
Oh! Well, how was that, Mitch?
Well, the llama's faster. Look, I'm just saying. I thought I could do this, but I just don't feel like I can, Nick. Maybe it's time to really put my hat away.
Mitch, you can't do that.
What? Why not?
How do we stop these things?
I don't know.
Mitch, since you've retired, I've been miserable.
What do you mean?
You know when I'm sitting in the back room of the strip club,
Yes.
pretending like I'm chatting with the dancers?
Yes, you're the hostess with the mostest.
Yeah, I'm really just there crying into a pillow most of the time.
Nick, no.
Just thinking about how we never got to go on these adventures anymore. I mean, I want to do this until I'm in the grave, pal.
We might just be in the grave during this adventure. I don't think I have the reflexes that it takes to escape pigeons anymore.
Dr. Infuego, your disguise was incredible. You tricked him to think you were a woman.
Thank you.
That was brilliant. And being the front doorman, I got all the information that she required. I even put on a fake accent. Do you want to hear how it sounded?
Oh, you know that I do.
I pretended I was from Jersey or some East Coast American town. Yeah, like that. That's how it was. I'm good, aren't I?
The mind that you have.
Yeah. Thank you, Doctor. So, we're going to go right now to the funeral of that young boy that died, and there's a mat on his chest. He's right beyond this door. I think he's going to be laying down in the open casket ceremony before everyone else comes.
Now to tell you a little bit about this little town, it was quite breathtaking. There was rolling hills to the south, green and luscious. There was sun 265 days a year. And behind it was the most vivacious and thriving volcano that you ever did see. Moving right through those windows there.
See?
It's been rubbed.
It has. But we don't have anything to etch it with. So.
Oh.
There you go.
Marcus, you don't understand. If someone has rubbed it, then someone is going to get there before us.
Well, we got to try to do it. I'm sure we can do it before they get there. And I'll find out who it is, Dr. Infuego, and I'll take them all down For you and me.
We must. Because if we don't have the tablet, and we can't get the volcano to erupt, I'll be ruined.
It's Mitch McCracken. They were talking about the Mitch McCracken, the famous one.
Oh, I should have known. Damn McCracken, he spoiled me for the last time. It was him who told the university administrator I plagiarized my last PhD paper. And if it weren't for him, I wouldn't need the damn tablet.
I know. But we'll do this one. We'll get back at him, and the whole world will die.
You lead me to Mitch, I'll be ever in your debt.
You got it.
There it is. The coastline.
Well, Mitch, this is it.
What was the word?
Solange.
Solange. Look. Sunset. Just in time. It's 265 days into the year. The clouds. They're forming words. It's the password. Hang on, let me get my glasses.
You might need to get a new prescription.
It says, cool, cool, cuckoo,
Cuckoo?
cuckoo.
You sure?
Yes. That must be the password to enter the chamber.
All right. Well, let's say it together. Three, two, one. Cuckoo. Mitch, before we enter, I need to clear some things up with you.
What?
Sorry, the altitude was kind of getting to me. So we're going to go in there and we're going to find a totem. And the totem's going to lead us to a vanishing island where we're going to find the tablet. Got it. Sorry, I got to clear one more thing up.
All right, you got to start paying attention.
The tablet can make any volcano erupt.
That's right.
And we know that Infuego,
Dr. Fuego, yes.
Dr. Infuego, Watson.
That's right.
I'm just trying to think. What would Dr. Infuego want to do with a tablet that can help you erupt a volcano?
Well, I'm afraid I know the answer to that. Well, you see, Dr. Infuego wasn't always a villain. He was once a college student that went to college with me.
You never told me this.
Well, I've been embarrassed to tell you. I've gone several years without telling anybody this story. You see, when I was in college, I wasn't as smart and intrepid as I am now. I was a bit of a slow learner. Well, there was this college paper that I had to write, and I just sat down on my desk, couldn't think of the words at all. It wouldn't come to me. And next to me, my roommate, Dr. well, he wasn't a doctor at that time, Charles Infuego. Well, he was writing away. I might have leaned over a bit, peeked with my perfectly good eyesight, and written the same words that he wrote on that paper.
You cheated.
Not only that, Nick, but I also told the administrator that it was him who cheated.
Mitch, why would you do that?
Nick, the pressures of college are incredible. You should know this. And well, I needed to prove myself. You see, I had already been hired to go on my first adventure, and I couldn't tell my patron that I had failed that class. And so I lied. And not a week after that, then not Dr. Infuego, he started his crime spree. He developed that criminal organization, the Fugarinos. And that's why he's a villain, Nick.
Well, Mitch, enough John. Why don't we go inside and see if we can find the totem?
All right, let's go.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Something feels off here, Mitch.
You're right. It smells of bacon.
It's a lovely smell.
Careful. You know, the smell of bacon is a good indicator that their protector of the totem is about.
That's right.
I'm right here.
You are real.
I am. I have been waiting for you for a long time.
You have?
I have.
Why?
Because you are Mitch McCracken.
Didn't know my TV programs reached here.
You are the only one who can take my place.
What do you mean by that? Take your place?
The cosmos know that Mitch McCracken should have retired. And therefore, this retirement has been divined for you.
You mean to say that the only way to get the totem is for me to take your place?
You must answer a question. Answer the question correctly. You may have the totem and be on your way. But answer the question incorrectly, and you shall take my place for eternity.
Well, shoot.
The question, Mitch McCracken, is, do you deserve to go free?
Do you deserve to go free? That is the question. Now, will Mitch answer it correctly and claim the totem so that we can find our way to the vanishing island and get the tablet? Or will he answer it incorrectly and be stuck forever? Find out after a 15-minute intermission. And so, where we last left off, Mitch and I were in a cave in Argentina.
Shoot.
Do you deserve to go free?
Mitch, you have to be very careful. If you don't answer correctly,
I know the answer.
Stuck here forever, Mitch.
I know the answer. I don't.
You are wrong. The world needs Mitch McCracken. But you do not love yourself as much as the world loves you. Therefore, you shall take my place. But first I shall put this shawl on your head.
and here you shall be imprisoned. You could have kept the janitor. Until, Mitch McCracken, you learn your own self-worth. Are you really nothing more than a pole dancer, with no offense to sex workers? Or are you something more? Although your outside form shall be sedentary, in your mind you shall experience a series of lurid fever dreams and recollections, reliving moments of your life until you discover your own self-worth. But I doubt you will.
In his eyes, I could see that first recollection coming to him. We were in a chamber, the chamber of terror. And as you remember, there were rhinoceri all about, rearing their ugly, ugly snouts at us.
Careful! Nick! Stand behind me! They're charging! No, you didn't run away!
Mitch! Mitch, no!
Save yourself!
Mitch! We went to that rhinoceri training camp for this exact reason.
You're right! I know the weakness of a rhinoceros. Booping their nose! Thank you.
Marcus! Tell me those damn other minions you supervise have found Mitch McCracken. My blood has been boiling. The thought that once again...
Yes, they have. They found him in a specific cave where he's now stuck in a fever dream for many years. This is our moment.
At last!
Yes!
It has been too long.
It has.
Years. He has thwarted my every brilliant criminal mastermind. Moment.
But more than that, it was the first moment that led to this moment right now.
It's just a paper.
You are just a paper.
I would have helped him write it, but instead he ruined me.
I know.
And has been ruining me ever since. No one respects me anymore. My own minions barely trust that I'll do them well.
I'm a minion, and I trust you very much. May I call you Charlie?
No.
Dr. Infuego, you just said it was just a paper. It was more than just a paper. It was brilliance. It was inspiration. Life itself pouring out of your words. That is why I've chose to be here with you.
That's why I keep you around. You remind me who I am.
And you remind me of who I want to be.
And once we manage to take that tablet and show all of this wonderful town what it looks like covered in lava, no one will doubt me again.
Yes. You will be known as the one who has found the tablet to cover all the land in lava.
Bring me to this cave.
Let's go now.
Mitchell, I am your father, and I expect some respect from you when you enter my study.
Well, Papa, I'm afraid respect has to be earned.
You dare talk to your father like that?
It took me many years, Father, of your abuse. Always expecting me to be someone that I am not.
It is this attitude of yours that killed your mother!
Whoa. No! She choked!
She choked on indignation!
That's not true!
It is true. You are a failure of a son. You are a failure of a man. And you are a failure of a student.
Mr. McCracken?
Oh,
Yes, thank you for coming into my office, Mr. McCracken. I went over the term paper that you have submitted for the class. Please, stand there. Or take a seat, whichever way you like.
All right.
Your work was subpar. Your paper does not meet the requirements, the excellence standards that we uphold here at the university.
I'm sorry. I gave it all I had. All right,
I understand you did, my boy. But sometimes people aren't meant for the academic path. I'm sure there are other things you can choose to do.
Listen, complex arithmetics are not my thing, all right? It's not me, it's the subject matter, all right?
Yes, I've also been speaking with the English department. It seems you have a hard time making certain words plural.
You're right, Professor.
Yes, but don't worry, my boy. I'm sure another path will come for dancing. Dancing.
Mitch, we got it! The goblet! It's ours!
We did it.
We don't need to return it to the villagers who it rightfully belongs to. We can just think about what we could get for this on the black market!
Beyonce, listen to yourself.
I'm talking pure sense! Look, the shoes on my feet, I bought them! The clothes I'm wearing, I bought them! I depend on me!
Maybe you're right.
Look at how valuable that is, Mitch! Come on, let's sell it, Mitch!
No! We have to return this to the natives. This does not belong anywhere else. Beyonce.
Are you kicking me out of your group?
That's right. This is not the kind of group I want to be a part of. I don't want my destiny to be like this.
And so, back in that chamber, I looked into the eyes of Mitch McCracken. The man who smelled of bacon had disappeared. Mitch was murmuring something. Mitch, can you hear me?
Nick?
Mitch, you there?
Nick, I can move.
Dude, you broke free.
I did. Nick, I may not be the most academically inclined, and I may have trouble with clothes. But I am worthy of the name, Mitch McCracken.
Yeah, you are.
Now let us find that talent.
You have removed the shawl!
The cave is going down! We're gonna have to escape! Alright? We gotta run for it! Careful! Hold on to me! Mitch! There's a decline ahead! Ah! My knees! Oh no! It's a red giant rock! Perfectly round! Oh no, Mitch! It's coming right after us! Look! Over there! It's a closing door! Slide under it!
Stop right there, Kraken.
Perfect timing.
No, that was smart.
The boulder had stopped, and it got gradually smaller and smaller.
And less round. Infuego.
So at last, we meet again.
What are you doing here?
We've come for that.
You can't have it, Infuego. I have seen in your soul.
You've seen my soul.
Give it to me. Well, I'll do something not good.
Listen to me, son. You don't want to do this.
But I do.
The man behind you is an evil man. He lives off of... Now, careful. The stone is very unstable here.
Listen to him,
it's either...
Marcus, don't. shattering.
Well, I won't shoot again at the ceiling, boss. At the structure, rather.
No, not Nick. All right.
Just hand it over to us.
You can have it, but Infuego, you have to be careful. Don't do what you plan to do. Whatever that may be.
I'm gonna make people respect me, McCracken. And you know why they don't? Because of you.
No, Infuego. It's not because of me.
You started the decline of my life.
I was but a pebble in your road that you treated as a boulder. You tussled over me, and your life was destroyed. Just like that. Your life was destroyed for a singular event. You let it ruin you.
Is that how you fall asleep at night? Blame me for my own undoing?
Look, I'm not blaming you. It was me, of course, that plagiarized off of you. But the rest of your life of crime is your own.
And at that moment, slowly, the tiny boulder rolled to the edge of this cliff where we were standing, and the additional weight crumbled the ground beneath our feet. Suddenly, Infuego lost the tablet.
No! Infuego! Boss! Boss! I can't! Let it go! No! I can't reach you! Your compatriot there, get him! Boss, give me your hand, I'll save you! Infuego, don't do this! Do it!
And the earth split apart into two, and we were ripped apart from them.
This won't be the last you see of me, McCracken!
It won't be the last you see of him either.
Yeah, I just told you.
And we fell, and fell, and fell, and suddenly we found ourselves in the ocean. The tide carried us to and fro, smacking into rocks. Until, in the film at least, we were rescued by a band of pirates. But in real life, we found rescue in the hands of another person. Can you guess who?
A mermaid.
Power Rangers.
Yes, it was a mermaid. A mermaid blessed with eternal youth, though she was 1,000 years old. And we are in her underwater grotto.
Oh, my children. Let me create an air bubble for you to breathe.
Whoa. Mitch, she doesn't have feet.
Oh, it's a tale. The legends are true. She's a mermaid.
Yes. I've lived here for thousands of years. Don't I look wonderful?
Ready for your age.
What is your secret? What's your routine?
A little sea kelp, a little bit of algae.
Did you bring us here?
Oh, you were going to die, and I thought, well, I might as well save them before I decide whether or not I'm going to kill them.
Kill us.
Well, you see, the sea is mine, and all that in it is mine. And, well, I cannot just let anyone stumble across the hidden island.
Well, listen, we're in the hidden island.
Well, not yet.
Mitch. Look, I know you've seen better days, but a trusty trick you always had was you were pretty smooth with the ladies. Maybe you could figure this one out, pal?
Hey,
Hello.
name's Mitch McCracken.
Hi.
Listen,
Wait, Mitch. I brought your good teeth. Let's switch.
Listen, my friend and I, we are here in an act of courage and nobility. We are here to retrieve the tablet and to
keep it from the wrong hands. Might someone as attractive as you want to help us?
What do I get from this?
Well,
What could you possibly want? You have eternal life, right? I mean, anyone could want that. Is it not a blessing?
I've always wanted, see, having fins, I just always wanted to dance, and maybe if I just had someone to dance for me, I would feel so much better.
Well, it's your lucky day.
Suddenly, at that point in time, a band made of crustaceans, flounders, and aquatic creatures came out. They started making sweet music.
Now, will you help us?
Yes. I will take you to the hidden island. But you must be careful because there are still many treacherous things before you can enter the island.
All right, point the way.
Come.
And so, we followed the mermaid in all her grace, and she took us to the first trap that we needed to pass. Now, of course, in the film, it was a kelp forest with kelp that would snare you. But in real life, can you guess what the first underwater obstacle was on the way to the island?
Plastic bags.
I heard something right over here. Yes, underwater construction. Yeah, Mitch?
It's a construction zone, the most dangerous terrain ever.
Sorry, no on-site hiring.
What are you doing here? Get out of here!
Wait a second. Mitch,
Yes,
do you see that insignia on the side of the building that they're building?
yes, of course I do.
Infuego.
Are you part of Infuego Industries?
That's right, we got a whole development planned over here.
We have to act as if we are part of Infuego's company.
Are you part of Infuego's company?
I love extremely thin pencil mustaches. What are you talking about?
And shirts with flowers are great.
Wait a minute! You two must be the new foreman that they said was coming along.
We're from Brooklyn.
Forget about it!
Can you point us to the exit?
Sure.
To the island?
The island that disappears?
Yeah.
You're going there?
Yeah.
Foreman business.
That's right.
But no one ever comes back from there.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last one who went there was Louis.
Oh, Louis.
Do you see Louis standing there?
No.
No.
Because he didn't come back!
But like that memorial you made for him.
Very. All right, well, we thank you all for your help.
Hey!
Hey! We're gonna make our way over.
Hey, hold on 1 second. You like the Jets or the Giants?
Trick question. The Yankees.
And so we swam past the construction site, and we started making our way through the water to the vanishing island. Mitch,
Nick?
do you wonder? Yeah, let's do this. Okay. Wait, Mitch, there's a boat up there. Let's swim up to it. Hey, there's a dead body in this boat. Well, let's throw him over.
Wait! What? It's another map. It's a map of the island.
Oh, well, we gotta keep him.
We can just take the map. Hold on. I don't have paper. I guess I'll just... Here, for my paper. There, I've got it in my hat.
Here, we'll row.
All right. There it is.
Wait, I gotta ask you something first.
What?
That mermaid, she had eternal life.
She did.
Yeah, pal. I mean, she looked pretty good for being 1,000.
What are you getting at her? Were you have a crush on her? Or? Wait, I'm still in Brooklyn.
Besides the point, Mitch. I'm just saying that maybe there's a secret down there with her about how you could be young forever, pal. You never have to grow old.
I could.
You just have to leave this all behind and become a merman.
I don't have to make that decision now, right? We can just go get the tablet and see what happens. Right?
Mitch, I'm just afraid you're not looking too good.
Thank you.
No, I mean, your old age is showing. I mean, your back, it's at like a 90-degree angle.
Look, I know all of this, all right? I feel it in my joints every night.
Then would you consider this, pal? Look,
to stay as a mermaid and live forever without backache?
we can go on all kinds of undersea adventures together.
See? The old Mitch would have loved that. Thank you for rowing, by the way. See, staying in what seemed like ages as a bacon-smelling man, it opened my eyes. Nick, I'm enough.
We just made land.
Right.
Let's go that way. Sorry, this way, that way. Mitch,
Yes.
I sense danger. The danger that very Brooklyn construction underwater worker was telling us about.
I see it too. It's the mythical gigolo. There's only one way to defeat the mythical gigolo.
Mitch! You know what they say, if you don't defeat the mythical gigolo. You know what they say, Mitch? Then you will be stuck inside his soul forever.
That's right.
You don't want to know what's going inside that guy's soul.
It's the only way to get to the tablet. Nick?
Well, hello, Grandpa.
You seem quite ancient yourself.
Who sent you? It wasn't the Tias.
Of course not. The Tias have been killed off one by an evil man. Dr. Infuego.
What? No.
Yes.
The Tias.
Yes.
It was you.
It was not.
Oh.
Listen to me.
Prepare to feel the wrath of the gigolo.
No.
That's right, for if you cannot beat me in the art of dance, you shall be trapped in my soul. And my soul is the name for my Speedo.
All right, well, here goes nothing.
Mitch, you're doing it! I see his own Speedo sucking him in!
I've underestimated you. You are truly worthy to be here on the disappearing island.
And with that, he disappeared into his own soul, which again, as he said, was his Speedo.
There it is.
You found it. Excellent work. They did all the work for us, and all we have to do is just follow the trail. There you go, boss.
Huh. Plagiarizing does feel good.
Yeah, it sure does. And a little insurance policy.
No, Nick! No! Nick!
Let's go, boss. Let's go rule the world.
Nick, you're gonna be all right. Listen to me. Stay with me. Nick.
Mitch, maybe I don't grow old.
No, Nick, you will. You will grow old with me. And we will dance every night together. Mitch. I knew I smelled bacon.
You always seem to find me just after breakfast.
Help me.
I am powerless to help you, because you must help yourself. You know the secret for saving his life. It lies in the one memory you have yet to have been brave enough to revisit.
No, not that one. Fine. Take me there.
Come, hold on to my robe. Do you recognize that woman, Mitch?
Of course I do.
Tell me, who is she? Why is she sad? Where did she get that fur? And why is she holding a machete?
That's the love of my life.
Yeah,
Serena.
yeah.
This is the moment that she discovered that she loved Infuego more than me.
Where did she get the stole?
The what?
The cloak she's wearing. Made of real rhinoceros.
She had always asked me to get her a stove.
That will do.
I could never do it because, well, I was always too busy.
And the machete. Why is she holding the machete?
It's the one thing that was in our first date. See, I took her machete.
How much did it cost? Machete.
It was $20.
That is more than I had thought.
When she's there, she feels the guilt of having to write me that letter, that telegram.
Yes.
I was out in the mountains, you see.
But now, you can enter that memory. Deal with this correctly, Mitch, and discover the secret for saving Nick.
El Fuego. Serene.
Mitch!
I'm so sorry that I made my adventures more important than you.
Mitch, I want you happy. Your adventures are important.
But you loved me and you wanted me to be with you, and
I wanted
that
you
for granted.
happy. Mitch, I love you. I love you.
Then why did you send me the telegram? To break up with me?
Infuego made me do it.
It was that moment that Infuego killed her from behind! No! She died a horrid death. What did you learn, Mitch?
That Infuego must die!
That is not the lesson that will save Nick!
And that she loved me.
Yes, as her memory fades away, and she no longer occupies space in our collective imagination. And the furniture writes itself. You must use that memory, or else Nick shall die.
Wait. The knife, it went through. She cut her throat, there was blood coming out. I know how to suture this. Let me pull out the bullet. Was that a bullet? Yes. Yes. Wait, don't move. Nick, how do you feel? Not good. That's fair, but I'm alive. Good. Here, let me help you. Thank you.
Mitch, I don't know if I can go on. Leave me with that mermaid lady.
No, Nick. You have a whole life to live.
I know. Look, Mitch, I can't go on with you right now. I need your care, but you can go on. You can stop Infuego from using the volcano to destroy the village.
All right, Nick, you go better. You get better.
Boss,
Marcus.
they say you gotta stand in the center of the temple stones
Yes,
and say the incantations.
Let's stop. Let's enjoy this moment. Think of all the things we've done, all the time it's taken. And you've been by my side through all of it.
Yeah, I have.
Did you know that there was once a time McCracken and I stood at this volcano?
No.
It was a semester abroad, we thought we'd see the sights.
Yeah? Tell me more about it, boss.
It was 1922.
Forget the memory. Read it.
Don't do it, Infuego. This does not have to define you. You don't have to be evil.
This has nothing to do with evil. It's what I enjoy. It's the life I want to live.
That is
Something you've never wanted for me.
That is not the person who I roomed with.
Intrepid mystica.
Stop him. It is not worth it. You are.
Be closer.
Wait.
You're enough.
I never was before. Why should now be any different?
You have always been Infuego. Ever since we started rooming in college, you had always had the brains
And you, the girls, night after night. I had to sleep in the hall most nights.
I was an idiot when I was in college.
I know.
You had your life together.
I know.
I'm not communicating what I want to communicate effectively.
I know.
For the record, I was an idiot. I never even went to college.
And that's why I appreciate you, because you appreciate me.
I
something
do.
you never learned how.
Infuego, I always appreciated you. I wanted to be you.
What?
Yeah. I could never do the things you did. Sure, I got all the girls and played football and went to all the parties and danced and
You were
drank
happy.
and smoked. Sorry, but you had a bright future. And I realized I never really said the one thing that I should have from the beginning. I'm sorry.
That's big of you, Mitch.
Thank you.
But you know what's bigger? The explosion from this volcano. Keep going.
What they did not realize was that they thought the volcano that they would be erupting was the one behind the village. But in fact, underneath the very temple they stood on,
It's on fire!
there was a volcano. It started shaking.
Why are we shaking under our feet, boss?
Lava loomed up underneath that gentleman there, engulfing him in flames.
Infuego, take my hand! Drop it!
But it's the only thing I have left.
You are the only thing you have left. You are enough. Come with me. Change your ways.
I can't, Mitch. I can't.
No!
And as suited his name, Infuego was lit on fire, burnt to a crisp. The only thing remaining was his bullet. Reconvening under the ocean, Mitch found Nick in the company of the merwoman.
So, how does that feel now?
I feel much better.
Mitch! What happened? Did you do it?
The tablet is destroyed. And so is Infuego.
How do you feel about that?
Didn't want to change his ways. He didn't believe he was worthy of changing. It's sad. But it's like a mirror of what could have been. It's a lesson.
Mitch, I was sitting here talking to Morella.
Oh, that's right. Good to meet you.
She was telling me all about how I could become a merman. I could live forever underneath the ocean.
How do you feel about that?
I told her I'd rather be adventuring with my pal, Mitch McCracken. And so, Mitch and I swam up to the surface. We saw many more adventures after that. But those are some tales for another day. So I'll leave you at that. The end.
My friends, thank you so much. You're an awesome audience. Give yourselves a round of applause. Gangster Serial was created and directed by Griffin Davis Beer. That beautiful subject we had the fun of playing on was built and designed by Adam Letterman. And that amazing music you've been listening tonight, every note of it was composed and performed by Arastu Diraksha. And my name is Ken Adams. I'm the artistic director of Synergy Theater. Thank you so much for being here. If you had fun, please come back. We have 6 more performances tomorrow night, Sunday afternoon, and then all next weekend. It's always brand new, always improvised, and always based on your suggestions. Come back and see a new, brand new adventure of Mitch McCracken. Tell your friends if you have any, and I know you do, because you are very cool people. That was like the easiest round of applause. On the way out, we have some postcards advertising the show. Please take some. Please give them out to your friends and family. Help us fill up these houses. We would appreciate it very much. And come on back in April. Our next show is My Dearest Love. It's an improvised French comedy of intrigue in which a series of letters come to life as the people in this French village seduce and deceive each other. It's a ton of fun, and you don't want to miss it. My Dearest Love happening in April. We have some postcards advertising that as well. Friends, we are a 501c3 organization, highly dependent upon your generosity for our continued success. If you have a couple of extra bucks and you wouldn't mind putting it in the donation bin on your way out, we'd appreciate it very much. If you have more money and you're inclined to give it to us and you want to write a great big check, take one of those envelopes and send it to us in the mail. We would appreciate it very much. Thank you so much for being here. We love you. May the rest of your life be a marvelous adventure. Good night.